Hey, again, this is Motell Granite coming to you from spot for the show called the Motell Vision Show. And today's episode it's called I'm Eating. Now, what I'm eating is it's really about taking care of business. I'm eating is working. As y'all see my San Francisco shirt, my Fred G. You big dummy. So shout out to Fred G for this. I guess I had to backtrack. This would be the 6th episode out of season 1 called I'm Eating. But I'm eating is a shout out to any of my people, any of our people. Ohio State Cup. Any people that have been starving. Excuse me. Woo! I've been hungry. And now I'm eating. Now I got the concept of stocks starting to work on my behalf. So I'm eating. Now I got residual income in the works. Now I'm eating. Now I got my own YouTube network. Now I'm eating. Now I got coaching at a successful program along with other successful people. Now I'm eating. Now I'm a special ed instructor or helper or assistant teacher for young people who are struggling with certain things and some people who got it. I'm eating. I got a phenom. You got a coach. I'm eating. I got 2, not 1, but 2 high-powered, beautiful, super heroic individuals that are called my kids that are eating. They got their straight A's on their report card. Really good kids. And I love them. Shout out to y'all. Y'all eating too. Anybody else in this world that's eating, you know, eating. Taking advantage of negative situations. Making the negative work for your greatest good. Sitting down and say, hey, wait a minute, I cannot be this poor bum my whole life. I can't do it. I can't do it. History books. I read a story today. Me and my flipping student TJ read a story today. The story was a hidden code in it. It was about a guy that was a killer, a hunter, and he wanted to go back in time and kill. They charged him $10,000. He wrote a check, gave him a check for $10,000, put him in his time capsule. He had second thoughts at first about going. The guy talked him into it, so he gets into this machine. And there was a few of them that went. he was given some instructions on what he could do and what he couldn't do. He was told in order to not interfere with history, he had to walk this straight line. Now, who do you know has been told exactly what to do in their lives? Who do you know had to pay for something with the ambition of getting something? Who you know they got a desire to just kill naturally? In this story, they jump into the time capsule and they can see space and time as they go backwards. They went way back before Jesus Christ was born, everything. They stood inside of this jungle-like environment. And we're talking about eating. They wanted to eat. And for them, eat meant kill. So they wanted to eat. And well, I just hit a jalapeno. Oh my God. Hey, yo! Oh man, I'm a wimp when it comes to the hot stuff. But I love it. Anyway, we go back. They're standing in this jungle. And they're ready to eat. And they tell this guy that paid the $10,000, they don't try to kill anything outside of what we tell you. And who does that sound like? But they said, what happened was we came back here earlier and shot red paintballs on top of the animals that you allowed to kill. So to me, that sounds a little bit like the mark of the beast. A mark, a sign that shows you which individuals to kill. What does that sound like? Who out here eating and killing? All right. Well, I won't go too far. But inside of the story, the guy has second thoughts when he sees what's labeled as Royal Majesty. Excuse me. And Royal Majesty was this, what we're going to label as a monster, just for the sake of argument. This thing that was larger than the trees. Somebody calls it Godzilla nowadays, but a dinosaur, Godzilla. The guy said, listen, I was used to killing wild boar, used to killing hogs and different things like that, but I don't want to eat now, I'm afraid. I'm afraid because this thing is too big. So here's where the story takes a curve. He says, I want out. These other people are like, no. They kill the monster themselves. How it looked like the tree that landed on them showed that it was like a natural disaster. And they cleaned up the crime scene. They had the new guy, the guy that was afraid, they had him go to the monster, stick his hand down his throat, and pull out the bullets. Who does that sound like? When the guy started getting panicky and all, like he was about to have an anxiety attack, they said, calm your ass down. And so because he was shook and wasn't used to what they was trying to do, he started panicking. They got in this time capsule and then came back. Oh, I forgot to say, they was willing to offer the man back half of his money, which is amazing to me. Now you want to give him half his money because he has some type of enlightening. Stop. They get back. Things have changed. There was a butterfly that was killed that came back with them that shouldn't have. Now, in the story, they had a guy that they thought was going to be elected president, and he was, and he won. But when he came back from the time capsule this time, the guy that they didn't want to win had won. It was like a natural thing for him to have won, but he was a dictator, a negative person, or whatever else you want to call it. But anyway, the one guy that kind of like was pioneering this whole thing pulled out his pistol and killed the guy that paid the $10,000. And that's how that story ended. So he ate anyway. It's like this. He ate. And it's a cycle. Vicious in the eyes of many. Not mine, because I've seen how we fight for pennies. I took that man money and killed him. You ever heard of that before? They was eating. I'm eating. I'm just eating a different way. I'm eating food, but this is an example of eating. And I'm eating again by taking care of my kids. I'm eating by taking care of myself. Get these push-ups and all this stuff in, this exercise. I'm eating by trying to do a better job of eating. I'm eating by trying to be more conscious of getting some sleep. I'm eating by not eating when it comes to dealing with the opposite sex. I'm eating when it comes to trying to get this career and stuff really taking off. I'm eating when it comes to having compassion for other people. I'm eating when it's time to show love. So, story that I told you, all this again is tied into I'm eating. And either you eating or you're not. But to those that are eating, let me talk to you for a second. The ones that's not, I'm not talking to you. Put your earbuds in for a second. Those of you that are eating, my question is, what? What are you eating? What are you eating? Swine? What are you eating? Salads? What are you eating? People? Don't look at me like that. I didn't invent cannibalism. I didn't start none of this stuff. So don't look at me like that. Anyway, I'm eating. The good always wins, so I'm eating in a good way. At least as far as I can tell. So, again, it's the Motell Television Show. This is season 1, episode 6. I got to back up. I did number 7. I called it number 7, but number 6 called I'm Eating. Motell Granite. Much love for y'all. God bless you.